Elon Musk is very determined to ensure that Earth is not the only planet inhabited by humans. He plans to not only make Mars a habitable environment, but he also wants to make it sustainable. In his bid to achieve this, his company SpaceX, which manufactures space transportation vehicles, has made a lot of revolutionary strides in the aerospace industry. The Raptor engine that has been developed by SpaceX is proving to be leading the pack of next generation of liquid rocket engines. With the way things are going, it seems that Elon Musk is getting closer and closer to achieving his dream, and it is incredible to watch. Welcome to Posh Future. In this video, we're going to be talking about the Raptor engine and what makes it so special. Please hit the subscribe button and keep watching to find out more details. In recent years, we have witnessed some of the world's billionaires taking the helm in the space race. Jeff Bezos and Richard Branson, through their respective companies Blue Origin and Virgin Galactica, have definitely shown that they have a horse in this race. But it is Elon Musk's SpaceX that is arguably leading the billionaire space race. With the development of the Raptor engine, SpaceX has taken the aerospace industry to an unprecedented height. But how did we get here? In order to fully understand the incredible feats that SpaceX is making, it is important that we take a look back into the history of rockets and rocket engineering. Rockets can be dated to as far back as 1232, with the first true rockets being invented by the Chinese. While fighting against Mongol invaders, the Chinese used fire arrows with a tube containing gunpowder capped at the end to repel them. In 1687, Sir Isaac Newton's laws of motion laid the foundation for modern rocketry. However, it was in 1898 that Russian schoolteacher Konstantin Tsiolkovsky proposed the idea of space exploration by suggesting that liquid propellant would help rockets to achieve greater range. According to him, the thing limiting the speed and range of a rocket was the exhaust velocity of escaping gases. He has been hailed as the father of modern astronautics for his contributions. Later on in the 20th century, Robert H. Goddard started experimenting with solid propellant rockets. While conducting these experiments, he believed that rockets would be better propelled with the use of liquid fuel. This was not going to be easy, but in spite of all the difficulties that presented themselves, Goddard was able to achieve his first successful flight with a liquid propellant in 1926. This was done by fueling the rockets with liquid oxygen and gasoline. Even though the rocket only flew for 2.5 seconds and reached a height of 12.5 meters before landing in a cabbage patch 56 meters away, it plunged the field of modern rocketry into a new era. He continued his experiments of liquid propellant rockets. He kept on experimenting using bigger rockets, and for his contributions, he is known as the father of modern rocketry. Now, while the contributions of these men laid the foundation for modern rocketry, it was the writings of German physicist and engineer Hermann Orbith that led to a growing interest in the world of space and rockets all over the world. His 1923 book titled The Rocket Interplanetary Space inspired a lot of small societies that had an interest in rockets. It was one of these societies, the Verein für Raumschifffahrt, which in English means Society for Space Travel, that led to the development of the V-2 rocket, which was subsequently used to fight against London in World War II. Led by Wernher von Braun, a group of German engineers and scientists, including Orbith, developed the most advanced rocket of its time. The V-2 rocket was able to move by burning a mixture of liquid oxygen and alcohol at a rate of a ton every 7 seconds. Though it was too late to achieve its purpose, as the war was already ending, it was capable of causing a lot of destruction. At this point, countries like the United States and the Soviet Union began to see the huge potential in rocketry. But it was the Soviet Union that was able to launch its first Earth-orbiting satellite in 1957, marking the first significant success of the space race. The United States soon followed with the launch of their own satellite in 1958. In 1961, Russia's own Yuri Gagarin was the first man in outer space, and the rest, as they say, is history. As we can see, the history of rocketry has been an interesting one and has marked a lot of significant moments in the world's history. But what SpaceX is achieving with the Raptor engine is propelling the space race into a whole new era that the forefathers of rocketry might not have predicted, but for sure would be very proud. Elon Musk's desire to occupy Mars has led to the development of the Starship system. The goal of the Starship is to not only go to Mars, but to also re-enter the Earth's orbit and be able to be reused up to 1,000 times. This would be unlike NASA, who only uses the rocket once. In order to achieve this ambitious feat, the Raptor engines have been developed to power SpaceX's Starship and its booster stage Super Heavy. The Raptor engine has been developed for over a decade, and while it is like other engines by burning chemical fuel to thrust, what makes it special, unique, and just downright revolutionary is its use of liquid oxygen and methane. A major benefit of using methane as a fuel is that not only does it have a higher performance than other fuels, which means it can be used for smaller rockets, but it is also cheaper. This means that the cost of launching is significantly reduced. Now, this is completely different from the SpaceX existing engine, Merlin. Merlin has been used as a rocket engine that powers SpaceX's Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy rockets, and it makes use of rocket propellants as its fuel. The Raptor is significantly ahead of its predecessor. Despite both engines being similar in size, the Raptor has 380,000 pounds thrust at sea level compared to the Merlin, whose thrust is 190,000 pounds. This is due to the higher pressure of the Raptor engine. Another interesting thing about the Raptor is that it also uses a full-flow combustion engine, and this makes it the third engine in history to use this technique. A full-flow combustion engine refers to how a pump spins a turbine to drive the engine. It does this by using a pre-burner to start this process by injecting a small amount of fuel. In a normal setting, some of these propellants will be expended in a traditional open-cycle engine to get this process going, but the Raptor will make use of every single drop of these propellants, making it the most efficient rocket engine ever built. How cool is that? At this point, SpaceX is very close to achieving its fully reusable status. In early August 2021, SpaceX finished stacking Booster 4, which is the first of its Super Heavy rocket boosters. This means that Starship will potentially be the world's tallest rocket to ever fly. Then, the SpaceX engineers attached a mind-blowing 29 Raptor engines to the Starship. It will fly with these engines for its initial flight test. At this very moment, we are living in history. This is a moment that we'll be telling our children about. I can't wait to see the Starship finally take flight. Can you? That's all we have for you today. Did you enjoy the video? If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and turn on your post notification bell so you will know when we come out with new videos. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you'd like to see more of our content. Till next time, bye.